Oh my gosh, look how big these sunflowers are. They're like the biggest sunflowers I've ever seen, grown, anything. Hold on. I had to just tell one of the fucking neighbors, like, get your dog on a fucking leash. Come on, mama. Come on, mommy. Come on. Look at these. These things are crazy. What up, Bama? Look, this was a sunflower, but ended up dying. But I can get all the seeds. So I should probably actually pull this. But this is like a typical, like a normal size sunflower. Obviously, it's not a sunflower anymore. It still is, but this is gonna be a sunflower. Look how big these are. These things are crazy. Like, literally up to like my waist. It's gonna be so big. I've never seen strawberries this big, or not strawberries, sunflowers. Like, look at it. And this is where my eggs were, y'all. So it's like angel signs that the eggs live on through the babies. Anyways, I was like super proud of my sunflowers. No one fucking asked you to be here, dude. Sayonara. What up, Lastberry? How's it going, Bama? Happy Friday. I already fucking got turned. Oh, fucking neighbor was like watching me in the back earlier. I'm like, get your dog on a fucking leash before I call the county. I'm sassy today. I ain't with it. I ain't with it. After yesterday's fucking shenanigans, I seen that bitch out there in the morning, this morning in the streets, sitting there screaming and hollering. I'm like, your ass should have been Baker acted. I don't even know how you're even out and about after the shit that you pulled here yesterday. Honestly, this says a lot. Look how big they are. That's crazy. I can't wait until they grow like flowers. Got my little cherry tomatoes growing, y'all. Look at them. They're so cute. Come on. I ruined their breakfast. Anyways, happy Friday. It's gonna be a good day, okay? After yesterday's shenanigans. Look at this. They just look so good. I mulched my little flower garden, y'all. I got sage. I need to keep growing more and more sage because this neighborhood needs to literally be decorated in sage. But that bitch's cat tore up my shit. Look at this. Literally. And I know it's not the rain because look at the rest. Literally, her fucking stupid ass cat. No. No, James. What up, James? Yeah, send the map to Sesame Street, y'all. These are donkey ears. Look at this. She literally ripped out my donkey ears. And I ran back my cameras this morning because I wanted to save the footage of this bitch's dog in my yard that should not be. And then I fucking find the footage of our cat literally here. And I'm like, I knew it was the damn cat. And I ain't got nothing against cats. But I got something against these people because they've created havoc all around, including my garden. Like, what is this? This is literally an eraser. Like, what is happening? Literally destroyed my fucking garden, little rat. I'm like, what is this? Like, I have no idea what that is. Literally destroyed my stuff. And at first, I'd wondered if it was gonna hold up out here in the rain. No, it was a fucking cat. Anyways, this is cool though. This is different. I have a morning glory growing, but then there's a red one with it. Thanks for stopping in, y'all. I appreciate it. Getting some morning stuff done over here. Ooh. I hope everyone has a good day. And thanks for stopping in. Thanks, Merton. I appreciate it. No, don't do that. I appreciate it. Yeah, I lost a lot in the winter, so I'm like restarting. But I will say that I've gotten like a whole, like probably a whole thing of strawberries in my little strawberry garden, which is exciting. What are you talking about? It could be the other way around, Bama. I try not to be like that, but do not sit there and show your teeth at me, because that ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work. I try to honestly be a good light in the world, because the world has enough darkness. But don't get it twisted. You think I'm gonna just sit back and chill. That ain't gonna be a thing. And the shit that this bitch pulled yesterday, she literally had like all of them out there with pew-pews and stuff. Like that could have been so dangerous, all because you're fucking literally popping pills over there. That's wild to me. So yeah, I don't want to see none of them. And then I done scurried off the other one this morning right before. I should have brought my live outside. And literally was like, do you need something? You need to get your dog on a fucking leash. That's what you need to do. Yeah, I didn't actually have any strawberries to show off. I've gotten some really big strawberries from there, though. Got lettuce. I got a bunch of peppers last year. I still have some peppers, too, that I can replant with seeds and stuff. But they're so hot. Like, you have to make a spice with it. Otherwise, you're, like, crying. America. Yeah, I try to see that little dipstick say that shit, and I'm like, you don't have to be here, and it looked like you were already in here, like, and you continue to stay. Like, nobody's telling you to stay. Go on and get. You know what I mean? FFAO. Actually, just go on and get, you know? Whoa, whoa. What are you doing today, Bama? What's everybody doing today? Good morning. Oh, howdy there, pretty girl. Oh, little snuggle bear. I love you, snuggle bear. I love you. Yeah, like, I mean, is that common sense or not? I'm like lost. Tell me nothing no more. Like, here I am thinking I'm in a sassy mood. Meanwhile, people are like literally on their own mission of being fucking sassy. It's like, if you don't want to be here, keep it fucking moving. Like, no one's gluing you to this page. Like, I much rather find people that I enjoy interacting with instead of people that are like, what are you doing? What is this? What is that? Especially when it's like fucking obvious. It's not even just like curiosity. Like, you're just playing dumb and wanting to stir up conflict and shit. Not with it. Yeah, I'm not either. Hidden. Wait, who the fuck is this? How are you, Ahmad? What the hell? Hold on. Who is that? I'm so lost. This happened like months ago, too. What is that about? Oh, is it? I just removed you. I was like, who the hell is this? No. I was like, I can't do this shit anymore. I'm out. I'm so dead. I removed that wrench so fast. Jesse, that happened to me a month ago. Somebody came in here that definitely did not give a wrench to. I'm pretty sure the channel holder is the only one that could do that. So I thought one of my peoples got hacked, but they were putting crazy ass shit in my chat and they were a mod. I was like, who the hell is this? I'm sorry, I got like fucking traumatized. And what's up with the new name? Probably because you didn't want to drop your whole life out there now that you're like a mod and shit now. I'm so sorry. I was like fucking, I jumped the gun there because I was like, oh, it's past trauma. That was immediate. I literally panicked. Then how do we know this is even you now? We all could be getting our tail yanked. Ma'am, are we sure that's him? We don't know. There was someone, I forget their fucking name. Fraggle probably remembers their name. Fraggle was in here too. I was shocked. The person was like dropping some gross ass shit in the comments and they fucking had a wrench. And I was like, how the hell? And then I was like, oh shit, what if one of my people got hacked? Oh yeah, you were like, let me change my username and my profile picture. I'm like, well, I don't know. Bama's gonna have to check it out, but I don't think that's a dangler, Bama. No way, Mr. Nova. Which one? Dutch Shepherd or Belgian? I was like, who the hell is this and who gave him a wrench? And no, I'm telling you, literally, past traumas, like immediately. That happened like a month ago, too, or so. I was like, how the hell they get in here and how they get them on? And they were throwing some crazy DDJ stuff in the chat. What kind of games do you play? Besides playing jokes on me.
Bama, did you see I immediately moved his wrench? I was like, oh, hell no. DDJ, get him out. Was that a serious question? I'm like lost. And then you say you have the same dog as me. Why the fuck do you have a dog then? Animals are better than most humans. Yeah, I just don't know. I mean, honestly, I can't remember the person's name. It was actually kind of funny too. I can't even remember the person's name. But they literally had dropped something in the chat that, like, the chat was like kind of going that day. And I was like, wait, Blue Wrench for one of my peeps. And then I was like, oh my God, it's not one of my peeps. I've literally had a sip of coffee this morning, and my brain is like, peep boops. So I literally had flashbacks just now, like, oh my God, who is this? Banana shake. Oh no. You got anything else? I had a banana cucumber smoothie yesterday. Phenomenal. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm going to do that again today. It was so good. Everything I expected. Wait, what? She was hyperventilating. Shut up, Bama. I'll be literally getting traumatized in here. Traumatized. That's what I said. Well, yeah, does your brother kick your ass? Madden? Does anyone still play Madden? I cannot. I am a Call of Duty zombie slayer. When it comes to like multiplayer, I talked about this a few months ago. I really gave up. Back in the day, I was really addicted to Call of Duty, but then I got the PS3 newer zombies then. I think it was like Black Ops 3. I don't really remember. But I just remember you couldn't play zombies online or something. I was so mad. And then GameStop's like, yeah, you bring it back in, we'll give you half your money back. And I'm like, I literally just bought it like 5 minutes ago. What are you talking about? And it was a changing for me for games. I still love like my old systems and stuff, but I don't really see myself going and getting started all over again in that because it is a like essentially a trap. And I don't even like allow myself to play now. Like I feel guilty sometimes because I'm like, okay, well, sometimes I never play, so I just feel guilty about maybe sitting for XYZ amount of time and doing all that. But deep down, I'm still definitely a gamer. I love me some Naughty Bears, love me some Sims, Katamari or Calamari. I'm breathing. Are you breathing, banana boy? PUBG, what? I get it. So you play a little bit to live the throwback. Nostalgic. Old lady? Now you gonna put me in a real panic. Who the hell an old lady? Mama, you better go on and get with that one. Once a quarter. I got the expansion pack like a couple years ago where I could have like llamas and shit. And I literally set up my house. I have the dogs on there, like ready to go. I got some llamas. But that shit took me like, I feel like a whole day to set up my house because I hadn't played in years. So there's so much stuff that you can go through. It's wild. Wild. But I literally played like maybe one time after setting up my house and everything, and I haven't gone back. I put it on my laptop a few months ago, thinking about like, oh, I should play since I set up 2 screens. I was like, I set up 2 screens, which I don't think I could play on 2 screens anyway, so it doesn't even matter. But I set it up on my laptop in like April, was like a year ago or some shit, or 2 years ago that I played. I haven't been back. It's so time consuming though. You blink and a whole day has gone by and you're literally just doing silly shit. If I give myself grace and I allow myself to like actively like play for XYZ amount of time, then I don't feel bad that nothing else has gotten done. Yeah, wise. Come on, Bama. What the hell? Amy Schumer, the comedian? No, I don't make music. I should. Somebody give me a paper bag. Now throw me for a loop. Jesse changed his profile picture. He's like, I guess I'm a human now, y'all. I mean, it could be worse. I mean, you could have like a banana profile picture. It's crazy though. Bama changes his profile picture every single day, but I'm old. But you still know it's Bama when he comes in. He can change his profile picture like 60 times and you still know it's Bama. You're like, oh, there he is. There he go. Sims is a lot of fun though, but I think that they've just gotten more creative. I honestly don't even know how much fun it really is nowadays, but I know that it's only gotten crazier with how much time that they will make you feel like you should invest because there's so much to do. Are we talking about grandparents? Meemaw or Mawmaw? Only because I gave you a wrench. I mean, you could still red rocking it. You don't have to change it. I think like everyone should like
not give a fuck. Just naturally be you on here, you know? Some orange juice. Man, make me some gravy and biscuits talking all that trash. Go on now, get in the kitchen. Now Jesse's justifying his profile picture. He's like, that was so long ago. What is that, Bama? A rock? So you said F it and put a profile picture up. These are your YOLO moments. Why, Bama? Because you're gonna sound old. He's like, man, I don't be calling me out, call me old. I don't really know on my mom's side. I think it was grandpa. And then my dad's side, it was pawpaw. And then Meemaw, who was the grandma. Jesse, you make it seem like you're like in your 80s. Like, what is happening? You're like, yeah, I'm getting a day older. I gotta put a YouTube profile picture up. What the hell, Subby? Don't be telling him that. You know he gonna have a meltdown. Meltdown. 3, 2, 1. What the hell you saying? Oh, don't call me grandpa. FFAO. Nah, you wiser, Subby, not older. Yeah, I was gonna say young grasshopper, but I mean, I think you're technically. Oh, no. Y'all are older than me. Bam was like, I ain't a dog, but the women love me. Here we go. No way, Sabi. Are you serious? Oh my god, that one's gone. This one too, actually. 60. Wow, happy birthday, Sabi. What are you gonna do? 60 years of knowledge. Holy smokes. Jesse loves writing papers, so he can write your lifetime storybook. Brody, you ain't a day over 35. You're just waxing your head, Rhodey. What up? Happy Friday, Rhodey. And yes, you love raisins. No. Rhodey, don't be going senile on us and shit. Just keep working or keep working out. Subby, you've been in here before, right? I'd be getting lost at profile pictures. Like, what is your profile picture? Hold on, let me see if I can click it. I mean, I'm traumatized from that too, y'all. Somebody got me. Oh. I'm like, who you talking to, Jat? Subby? Rhodey? Yeah, I thought you knew Subby if he was like, what up? Get it, Subby, get it. Make that money. Oh, he was talking to Rhodey, I knew it. For anyone that doesn't know, now you will know. Rhodey loves raisins. What's on the weekend plan, y'all? It sounds like you need to go hang out with Bama, Jesse. Yeah, you are making Rhodey blush, Jack. You don't see his rosy cheeks? I forgot to mention he's gonna be singing country music too. Where I come from, cornbread and chicken. Where I come from was a lot of front porch sitting. Me and my best friend used to think Alan Jackson was like the funniest because he would be like, oh, he would make like the craziest noises in his songs, and we're like, what's going on here?
I don't know. It's early, y'all. I don't want to be talking about no drinking. Each is their own, though. That was literally the next line in my head. And then doesn't he say, working hard to get to heaven or something? It was pretty sad that Toby Keith crossed over. My dad listened to a lot of Toby Keith. I remember when his album came out with the doghouse on it. I don't remember what it was called, but me and my dad went up to Walmart and got it and jammed out all the way home. He listened to that CD so much. And I should have went to a Toby Keith concert years ago. I was a little hesitant because it was like I can't remember if it was a free concert or it was close to free. And sometimes those are like the craziest ones because you don't know who the hell and all the people are going to be there. Because if it's free or close to free, everyone's like, if it's free, it's for me. Hee haw. Sitting around the TV. I really don't watch TV. Are we talking about like old times? Because that's different. Rody, do you listen to country? And I'll stick a boot in your ass. Cause this the American way. Uncle Sam put his something at the top of the list. I don't even remember. Statue of Liberty started shaking his fist. And the eagle. Something. I remember that CD also was very much so played on the way to school. My aunt used to take me to school with cousins, and we would listen to that. I think it's the same CD where Willie Nelson's on there with them. Beer and Horses, I think. Yeah, around the radio or a bonfire. My dad used to get like so like emotionally invested in some of these country songs, and I look back like being an adult and I'm like, damn, he was going through some heartbreaks. Some of the songs I think back on, I'm like crazy. I listen to a lot of country, that's for sure. And then I moved around so much, but I listened to a lot of everything for sure. But I moved around so much, it was kind of funny to go to places that weren't like super country and people were trying to be super country. I'm like, but this isn't country, I'm lost. Ready, who's your favorite artist? Yeah, and absolutely a box of raisins. You got literally the Costco size raisins. You're over there blanching grapes and shit. Rhodey, you should have your own raisins. Rhodey's raisins.
You should get like creative with it and make them like different types of spices. I love me some Spotify. You know, I like changed a lot of things around years ago, and Spotify was like definitely one of those things. Like, do I keep paying for this subscription? And Spotify used to be so cheap. I've had Spotify for 15 years. It's crazy. What, on like a discount? Yeah, Chona's gonna teach you how to dance, Brody. You guys are gonna be dancing around a bonfire, listening to Alan Jackson with your raisins. Screw the marshmallows, we got raisins, y'all. So if he was a northern redneck, would you have said northern? It's really crazy. My mom's a Jersey girl, ended up marrying a super redneck dude, trashed her accent. She started sounding so country. I was like, what the hell happened here? It's crazy. And my dad, though, my dad was not. We definitely listen to country, but my dad was like rock and roll too. I said this story before, but I remember one year for Christmas, I bought him a collection of Leonard Skinner CDs. It was like a whole collection thing at Walmart. And he was like happier than ever. Super duper happy. Some Leonard Skinner. Where's your holiday to, Bama? You might be a redneck if you wear cowboy boots every day. I'm only deleting that to not provoke anything. But yeah, no, I'm not with the flag. The flag is, I don't care what nobody says. You know what the flag is. It used to be you could get a little bit of redneck with the flag. Now it's just like the flag means what it really means, you know? Kind of crazy. I did see in South Carolina though, the biggest flag I've ever seen. I have a photo somewhere. I was like, "Oh my God, you're letting everybody know." But it said a lot that they did away with that flag in a lot of places, so that's very telling for me. Yeah, my dad listened to a lot of rock, screaming on top of his lung, feeling the music. Yeah, I grew up listening to a lot of classic rock and country for sure. And then of course I like started splashing in like random stuff in there. So my dad was like getting used to different music. I remember he got me a Taylor Swift CD and I was like, I cannot stand her. Like why? Because honestly, I lived in Nashville at the point that Taylor Swift blew up. And I remember being late to basketball practice, late to tournaments because she was popping up doing all these events here, there, everywhere, and the roads were like filled. Oh, it was so annoying. And then she only got more and more bigger. Like, I don't even know if she remembers like the times that she was like still flooding like the streets with children. I really used to love some Def Cab for a Cutie though. I don't know, I hadn't listened to them in years for many reasons. You know how like you don't want to say people ruin songs for you or whatever, but sometimes music and albums can make you think of people too. And you don't stay away from the music, but if it comes on naturally maybe, but you may even change it cuz you don't want to listen to it no more. Who's this said hi person? They said hi or are they done up? But you know, I paint a picture of my mom though. She's nuts, but I remember she told me she went to a Fleetwood Mac concert with her boyfriend and it was a full moon and I just imagine her every time I hear Fleetwood Mac like dancing around a full moon and a crowd of people just maybe considered living her best life. That's how I try to remember her when I get annoyed with some of the shit. But I'm like, you know what? She was living her best life. A Fleetwood Mac. She likes Chicago too, which I thought was interesting. Chicago's a little sad at times though. I mean, country's almost always sad. Like I cannot listen to Whiskey Lullaby like ever again. And then the Angel song by Martina McBride. Oh, good lord. Concrete Angel. That's one I love but can't do. And I seen the music video for that one, so it like lives rent free in my head. Because you know, back in the day, it was cool to watch a bunch of music videos. I don't even remember the last time I watched a music video. Check yes or no. Oh, I love Independence Day. Let freedom ring. Not to know. 26. It's like Kamala, but not Kamala. Yeah, Kamala's been coming around a couple of days. I don't know. They're not hidden. I'm swole, y'all. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not trying to be swole, but I'm trying to look lean. Lean fighting machine. Thanks, Angela. You must have heard, Concrete Angel in your ears were like, I am an angel. Oh, wait, it escalated. When I think of Dove, I think of Prince, though. Have a good day, Bama. Good chat always. I'm sure we'll catch up again soon. Stay naturally you. Remember, there's a teddy bear inside that line, and people need more of the teddy bear than the lion. Okay. See you later, alligator. Angela, you lost me at the second comment. Yeah, little teddy bear. Don't let the teddy bear fight the lion, you know? Just let them coexist. Be one with one another, you know? When the lion starts coming out, just remember there's a teddy bear in there. Now I got that song in my head, yo. Nah, don't even plant that one in there. I don't honestly think that one would really get stuck in my head like that. There's one that one of my people's come in and we were joking about songs that get stuck in your head, and the Dawson's Creek song, I don't want to wait. He said that he would go up to his coworker or his boss or something and literally just say that and walk away, which I thought was pretty funny because it is one of those songs that gets stuck in your head. I had that Ordinary song by Alex Warren in my head for like days. It's a good song, but I was over it. I was like, okay, this needs to go on and get. I don't know now. That could either be self-soothing or self-nightmare. If conversations are good, then yeah. Music though, some songs you're like, all right, I'm done. Moving on now. I think sometimes certain songs stay in our head for a reason. Maybe there's a message behind it, and then other times I'm like, okay, what is the reason here now, y'all? I don't want to wait. I honestly remember playing hooky so I could stay home and make sure I was caught up with Dawson's Creek, especially if they were like bigger episodes. And I've never watched it as an adult, so I don't even know, like I don't remember a lot of it. I do remember some stuff from Dawson's, and it's crazy because I like binge watched it, but or whatever TBS USA would give you for the couple hours. It was like a block, and then you rolled into like Maury and Jerry Springer. But I don't know if my adult brain would be like, what the heck was I watching? Yeah, it could be a nightmare too. But you can learn with anything, good and bad. But there was something that Jerry, it's because I was saying Jerry Springer. There's something that Jim Carrey said though that kind of like stuck with me. I need to go back. I've mentioned this a few times now, so I know this is like I need to go back and listen. Hold on a second. But he was talking about essentially not replaying things that have already happened, which humans do that anyways, but essentially before a conversation, don't have it be premeditated either. Like, I really need to go back and listen to it because there were a lot of messages, and I'm like, I wonder how my brain would perceive it now. It would be similar, but oh, it stuck with me for years. But I need to go back. It says something along the lines of like, letting the conversation happen on that time, like not a premeditated conversation of like how you know this person will respond, and then you're going to respond in this way, and then they'll respond in this way, you know? It's like writing out a story of a conversation before it exists. Humans are interesting. You're like, I'm going to go talk to so and so, and it's going to go great. They're going to think this, and then I'll think this, and then they'll think that, and then it may not even go that way. It's okay to be misunderstood, but with the right people, they still want to understand you. You know? Doesn't always work that way, but being misunderstood doesn't mean like a bad thing. You could be teaching someone a different way to think about something. I'm actually gonna play that back today. It's like several minutes of him, and I used to listen to it every single day, every morning, starting my days, because I was like, okay, it's not that long. I can dedicate this time to like soak in this message because he's probably done some off the wall stuff, and I had no idea about the plastic surgery stuff until like a week ago. That was wild. Shout out to Polly. But I don't know. A lot of people have done some wild stuff, so of course viewings of people have changed throughout the years. But I do hold dear to my heart like the spiritual message within that message. I have to look it up. Very much so. Let things roll, like flow through like a river instead of getting stuck to us. But humans like want to control so many aspects that naturally are going to happen no matter how much control we think we may have in a situation. Yes, me too. Not all the crazy movie title Jim Carrey. Although as a kid I did appreciate a lot of that stuff, but I actually feel for him as a human of like having to put on this charade all the time. Something that's really cool about him though is that before his career started, he went to a psychic, and the psychic told him that he was going to have five top hit movies, and he did. And then apparently he wrote like a check. Hold on. He wrote like a check to himself or his dad or something, like pretty much manifesting, and it came true. And then he did end up getting those movie titles and stuff. So it was kind of cool to hear how the manifestation worked there, because I think a lot of times people think people just got like rich overnight, but there typically is a lot of work that goes into anything in this life as humans, because we all still are just humans no matter where we are. But he has amazing art as well. Yeah, Robin Williams definitely got to me because I mean, although we don't know who these people are, we just maybe have like an idea ish, but we really don't because of the movies they play in and roles and happiness is happiness that comes from these movies, that people watch. Because definitely Robin Williams with like some Disney movies. But it's very telling the decision that he made. Um, because you would think that those people would be happier. I feel like he does live on spiritually in many ways and has to be doing beauty and magic elsewhere in the world spiritually. But it's very telling. Sad. I'm gonna look up that that video. It's so good though. It's like I don't know if it's because people have reposted it a lot. Let me see. I want the original one that I was listening to though. It may have not been the original. He has a lot though. Hold on, I'm gonna try to listen to it real quick and see which one is what. There's definitely several makes of the video, and I need to find the one with the really important messages. I can't. Because I see there's a few of them where they've cut some stuff out though. I think it's about like 4 minutes long. There's also one that's 13 minutes, which is interesting. Hold on. There's like so many videos. Like it's crazy. Like I think it got blew up even more throughout the years. So I'm trying to still find the literal one. I thought I found it and no. So I'm like listening over here. I found one that I think may be it, but I remember there being like a visual, like backdrops for his words. Like it wasn't exactly his face talking. Like there's a couple videos of him during the hold on where he's speaking at the conference or whatever, but it's not it's not the one I'm looking for because someone I think remade the video that I watched, but it had key points of his message. Not to say that his whole message wouldn't be, but I really resonated with the key points that I saw before. So I'm like, I'm trying to find it. I also don't know if the video that I saw before is clips entirely from the conference, so I need to rewatch some stuff. The one that he's at the conference, because that's where a lot of the key points of the video that I had seen came from, but it could have been like, I don't know what the young kids call it, dubbed or whatever, from from other videos. So I'm like really like determined to find that one though. And I know it's not super long because I was listening to it before work every morning. And some mornings I had longer to get ready than others, so I knew that I was gonna be able to dedicate those few minutes. I I want to find it, but I mean you probably have already seen it for sure. But it is something that I would like to actively talk about in here because it has good points, even if he's gone off the rocker himself. I have no idea. Celebrities definitely are they're humans, but I feel like things have gone wrong in different ways. And obviously, with Robin Williams, mental health wasn't really spoken about like that then. It was like starting to become more of like maybe we should focus on this, equivalent to before. Hold on. I will find this video. Pretty sure it's this one, but hold on. So I need to listen to it entirely, but I'm pretty sure it's the one that I'm looking at. It's the person that did it though. The 4 minutes and 15 seconds. It's one universe, one people, 896. But this one has, well, it's been around that time that I'd been watching it, so it may be this one, but I remember it having like the ocean and like movement in the videos, and I found one earlier that I thought was that one, but it had different messages from other people in it, including Jim Carrey, but I thought I remembered it was only Jim Carrey. It could also be Jim Carrey on The Power of Intention, which is roughly the video I was talking about, but this one was about quote unquote spiritual awakening. I really want the one with the visual stuff. I didn't watch the visual stuff in the mornings like that. I was just listening to it, like motivational. But I remember that on the phone. So that's why I'm like a little stumped of like, okay, where is that one? Because that has really good key points that I want to hear again. I'm on a mission. Have you not? That's why I was like, wait, are we talking about the same one anyways? But you're like, okay, I get what you're saying, Dutchie. Oh, I was like, oh, did I save it? Like, I'm shocked that I hadn't had it saved. So that's why I'm like, what? But I did find another one of Illusion of Money, Time, and Ego. And I'm like, that one's like 10 minutes long. And I'm like, oh, I need to go back to that one. I don't know who those people are. I have to check them out. I'm like, who? But I think everyone kind of learns from everyone. Um, and things resonate with you with some people more so than others. Yeah, I don't know. I battle like practical mind over spirituality at times. But my spirituality is so nothing's gonna take that away from me at this point. So I'm confident in my spirituality as I still learn because there's always still room for improvement and learning always. But the practical mind definitely does some things because if you break things down, a lot of it doesn't make sense. So it's kind of funny. Um. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Hold on. I think this is it. Hold on. What up, bloke? Hold on, I'm trying to find this video, and I don't think it is it, but I think I'm getting closer. I love Alan Watts. Oh my gosh, I dropped this in my live like a few weeks ago. I was talking about there's some songs that I find that I say find me on Spotify, and they're like chill, lofty vibes, but they'll have a beat on there, and then sometimes they'll throw some Alan Watts words in there. I really like Alan Watts, but there are some things that I'm like I don't resonate with entirely. How's it going, Steven? Yeah, don't call him that. That sounds weird. I'm like, you can drop your name, but sounds weird. I'm glad you left the self out though. He's working on it. Steven, he scared me. I thought I got a random mod again. I don't know if you were here when someone came in as a mod that I didn't mod, and they said some raunchy ass shit. So when I was behind in the chat, I caught up, and I see the blue. I'm always looking for my blue, y'all. Rein me back. And literally I was like shocked. I was like, how the hell did I get a mod? So I unmodded him this morning because I was like, oh no, it's happening again. Because he changed his name. I don't know, Steven. It was crazy. I think Fraggle was in there and Tom. Maybe Joe. It was like a month ago, but I was like, what in the world? I was freaking out. I was like, did one of my mods get hacked? Like, how the hell did this person become a mod? So when he came in this morning, when 0293 came in this morning, I was like, oh hell no, who are you? And no. So I unmodded his ass real quick. And he's like, it's me. And I'm like, oh shit. Yeah, he changed his name, but the person that was modded in the live like a month ago, they said some shit about danglers. Like they were talking about wanking and something along the lines like there was like a pump involved. It was like, wait, what? And I was like so behind the chat. It was awful. And they're just hanging out in there. It was almost like DJ. It was wild. I was like, what? How did you become a mod? I immediately unmodded them and hid them. It was crazy. That's like what? I don't want to say conspiracy around here, but I do wonder how that did happen. It is spooky. It still lives with me because I was like, what the hell happened? I still think about it clearly. I didn't know what happened. I still don't know what happened. Some wild stuff. Some wild stuff. Yeah, only I can mod people. There's a little bit differences in the moddings, but I can only mod people, so I was definitely freaked out. But little empath me was like, what if one of my mods got hacked? The person's name was something Fraggle may remember. I cannot remember.
Had something dangler in there. It didn't say dangler, but you know what I mean. Had something along the lines of it. I was like, who the hell is that? Fraggle probably thought I done lost my shit modding random fucking people. Was like, no, I don't know what this is. I'm like, this is crazy. You know, the video I was just talking about though, Jesse, was like literally the illusion of money, time, and ego is by Alan Watts. That was one that I found that I was like, ooh, let me go back to that one. But I found the other one, but it's still not the one that I watched. It does have the key messages in there, or I think most of them, but I want the one I watched. Like, I'm getting a little rowdy over it. I saw that whack job out here this morning when I walked the dog. She's out here screaming and shit at her husband that wasn't even listening to her. Like, and it's quiet as hell in the morning, like super duper quiet. Like, so you could hear almost pin drop out there. I'm like, I don't even know how you're out. You need to be in a padded room. For real, for real. That shit's wild. I know the neighbor that told me about it was like, wow, like I should probably like judge less and look into the ones that you shouldn't pass judgment on, but take note that they're whack jobs. Yeah, I don't know about AI stuff. AI kind of it really does freak me out. I just honestly like this lady in the back ain't getting any younger though, so she's out here saying this stuff now, or she's not getting any younger, like I said. So she's out here. It was like, did I say younger or older? um, but she's out here saying this stuff now. Like, I can't imagine like what it will be. This morning though, one of them was out there. He thinks he runs the neighborhood and shit. His dog is never on leash, and his not even wife started a bunch of shit with me back here, like many things. Ugh, I won't get into all that, but so we obviously don't like each other, but he likes to be like, I stand my ground. I'm like, well, your dog needs a leash. So I literally told him this morning, I was like, leash. Like, I'm so annoyed with these people. I was like, you need a leash. He tries to say that his e-collar is a leash. I'm like, it's not though. Like, and I even called out the lady one time because she was out here like talking shit to me. She was like, she's like 85. She was like, bring it, bitch. And I was like, you're literally like 85. Like, you need to bring your ass back to your house. Like, but she was shocking her dog. And I said, you're shocking her for no reason. Like, that's how crazy you are. She was stomping her feet and shit. It was wild. She should have been, Steven. And she's like the type that's like, I back them all the time. And like and I'm like, yeah, but you just wasted all of their time. And not only that, like, you don't give two F's about all the people that you put endangered for a false alarm. Like, quite literally. And they were parked in my yard, like laying on my pipes. Like, I just had my pipes like redone last year. And I was literally out there digging in dirt to help to try to like knock off this repiping price, because I was like, oh, if I can help and put my ass to work and definitely bring down the price of this repiping, because the guy came out here by himself. So I was like, oh, that would have taken him till like the end of time. And it actually worked out in my favor. Yeah, it was crazy stuff. I can't even believe what happened yesterday, y'all. I still, like, today, I'm like, I'm glad that I found out what pretty much transpired. But on the way around, I'm like, I saw her on the backside of the trail screaming at her husband, but I had to walk around and around, so it'd be like the front of where she was at, kind of, but on the opposite side, so I'm still further away. It's kind of hard to explain, but we'd see each other. I walk around and we're going to go back home, and literally she's out there like in her trash can, like digging away. I'm like, this is also the lady that counts the ants in the grass, yo. I'm like, I hope you guys put some fucking notes on her stuff, because I know they put notes on people. Like, come on now. Yeah, I hope you put some notes out there that she should not be trusted. I'm like, how did you hear this but nobody else heard it? And the craziest part was, like I said, I was out there on the patio, like decompressing and just like being one with nature and just being okay. And I was going to live, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna eat lunch first, and then I'll rejuvenate, and then I'll go live. I would have actually been living, thinking it back, I would have been living out there with all that shit popping off. I can't even believe it's like replaying a little bit in my head of like the stuff that I was seeing. And I'm like, wow, you can't make this stuff up if you tried. And I know my neighbors, like one of them watches their camera, like they got nothing to do. Like it's wild the things they've told me from what they've seen on the camera. And I'm like, damn. I actually had a reason to feel like I should be looking at my cameras, and I don't be looking at them like that. I'll glance, keep it moving as is. But yesterday, I'm about to sit down for lunch. I didn't even look at my phone. I didn't even bring the phone out on the patio. I was like, I'll charge my phone. I'm going to sit outside for a little while, wait for my lunch to be done, and I'll eat my lunch, and I'll live. And the shit's popping off. And it's crazy. There was lawn care out there, I said too. There was lawn care out there. And they've run stuff over before, and it's like made a boom and stuff, but there was none of that at all. And there's no way you couldn't hear a pew pew. And then the fact that she said she heard noises, like literal gargling, I'm like, wow. And even if the neighbor that told me was lying, I feel intuition wise that she's not, because I've had exchanges with this lady and the daughter and all of that. So I know exactly how they are. I've literally said to her ass, like, go back home. And I've said not nice things. So I definitely, it painted a bigger picture for me, because I was like, wow, if she's already doing stuff like this at this point, it's only going to get worse. What up, Sizzle? What is that? What is that profile picture? I'm traumatized, y'all. Yeah, it really is, though. It really is. The gargling was crazy, right? And now you're not. You're done. Yeah, thanks. Oh, we both hit them at the same time. That's funny. I hope that didn't cross each other out. Okay. The dogs were losing their shit. I was trying to calm them down. I ended up getting them on the other side of the house, because if shots were gonna be fired, like I definitely didn't want to be as close as possible. Like the walls of the house aren't made out of metal, so it is crazy. And they all had their stuff pulled and drawn, so the other crazy part for me that's kind of comical is that my neighbor is like out there on FaceTime with his mom or something. And I'm like, what are you even doing? Like, what are you even doing? It's crazy. It's good to know, though. I ended up trying to reach out to him, and he straight up just didn't answer. And I'm seeing this on my camera, and I was like, oh, okay. You're out there with the cops fully drawn. Like, you think that this is just like a parking ticket happening. Like, I'm fucking lost. And then you don't give a shit. Since you're outside, you can't just tell me what's going on. Okay, good to know. But I'm sure you'll be running out of your way to tell me what you saw later. But meanwhile, like, you're outside while this shit is going down. Like, you don't think that they don't even know who they're looking for, like, quite literally, because this bitch is senile and they've just come here full blown and blast, ready to go. And you just come outside like willy-nilly, and they don't even know if they're looking for you. It's just like wild. So of course I didn't want to go outside. I was so glad I took the pups out early yesterday, because I just, intuition is phenomenal. Sometimes you just do things and then it makes sense later, like, wow, if I would have done something slightly different, I could have been in a weird situation. And these guys, they're the breeds are like they work with the academies and stuff. So I definitely didn't want to go out there, and I'm glad there was no dogs out there. Like they didn't bring any dogs, which was very telling for me too, that they didn't bring any dogs because they were all like ready to go in another way, you know? And I know my neighbor across the street was freaking out 100%. She even was said, like, I was thinking, like, the worst case scenario. Meanwhile, it's this crazy bitch over here making up stories. And I was like, I'm not even surprised. I was like, I already told you about her. I was like, I told you, she literally told me that she open carries in my yard, like, every day, like a senile lady that she is. And then she only stopped coming here because she thought that we talked about the neighborhood stuff and that we were friends, and that she could just live in my yard. And I was like, oh no, that's not going to work for me. And I actually went back on my phone this morning and saved footage of her dog in my yard just like a month ago, maybe. No leash, nothing. The dog is so dumb. He runs over. And the dog is only dumb because it's living with dumb people. And now it's unfortunately formulated a brain that is with its owners. The dog literally runs in the pond and jumps into the pond out here. And the pond out here gets sprayed. There's all kinds of stuff. And like it's been so dried up that it builds up stuff from it being receding, and it's just definitely not something a dog should ever be in. Oh well, I mean they think they have mastiffs, and then they have two pit bulls. They have four dogs, but they don't have mastiffs. They just have like a big ass mutt, and that's fine. But like you're acting like you're better than me or something because of whatever. I've grown up with all the dogs, like in animals. I don't the breed stuff is like it's cool to know for like characteristics and what you're dealing with, but I think that hey, I think that it's a snobby thing that happened with that. And the mom was always like, you know, those are doggos, that I have doggos, right? Like, are you threatening me with your fucking dogs that are overweight because you feed them hot dogs? But the dogs have tried to attack us through the fence. They've literally run at us in the yard. Like, so that's where I started getting really mean with them, because I was like, the dogs don't listen to you, and this is a liability. And even before I had dogs, they were doing that, like standing guard to me in the yard, doing yard work. And she's screaming mass majority of the time, and or the daughter, for their dogs to come, and they don't go. Like, so I'm like, that's a huge liability. And you have to have a dog on a leash. So I started getting upset because I'm like, my dogs are trained. Like, they listen to me, and I should be able to let them run freely in the yard, however, and not have to worry about your dogs popping out of no everywhere. And I have many things on my phone of their dogs running free without a human in sight because they would break through. They've had to redo their patio so many times because the dog has busted through the screen, the protection they put on the screen, and then now they have it all boarded up now, like with like poster board or something. It looks so dumb. Looks so dumb. But they have a pool in their backyard, and they expected me to have sympathy, so they've made the back into a dog park, especially for dogs that don't listen. Like, so it's like a whole thing. And then I'm supposed to expect you're taking care of your dogs, and they're not passing around diseases to each other, you know? So, and I highly doubt they don't take care of I doubt they take care of their dogs. For sure. The dogs do whatever they want. One of their four dogs is not aggressive, but the other three are. Well, small dogs too have issues. We got attacked in the yard a couple years back almost now, and the lady just stood there, and I saved that shit on my phone too because I was like, absolutely not. And that was another neighbor. I'm actually like, I'm so glad they moved because they were troublesome too. She actually got broken into apparently, and she ended up getting a dog, and the dog would just scream and holler all day long. It was like the saddest shit ever. One time the dog got out and ran over, and she's like chasing it throughout the yard and ignoring her kid. Her kid came up to me and was like reaching for me, and I was like, oh my God. And in my rage, I'm still like, there's a child in front of me, so I'm gonna tone it down. But I was like, you're a piss poor mother too. Like, look at you. Like, the dog's not listening to you. And I try to be nice to her, but she ended up being real aggressive, like for no reason. It was kind of crazy. So I was mean to you. One time she stopped in the tree in the street, and literally tried to make me just sit behind her, like blocked up the whole street. And I'm like, if you're on your phone or something, you could have moved over, you could have put your hazards on, like you could have indicated. We're literally a house between each other. Like, you could have just waved. There was no way for me to get around. I ended up driving in through the other people's yard, and I was like, that was the only way I could get around. I was so mad. Another time she tried to hit us with a car. It was some crazy shit with her. She was something else, but her dog ends up running around, and I told her, I was like, you need to make sure that you walk around the entire property. I don't want you on my property. And she was like talking shit to me, and I was talking shit to her, and I her dog's still running free. She ends up giving up, and she, as soon as I told her to get off the property, she was like talking shit or whatever, and then she like she tries to run through the property, but the cameras catch her. She's so dumb. But I ended up getting her dog in 2 seconds. I called the dog over, and it immediately came to me, and I sent the dog back to her. I was like, are you gonna get your dog or what? And she was so mad that the dog was with me. And I'm like, that dog has been locked up in the house for decades. She was like barely even home, and the dog once again would cry all day long. I guarantee you she got a dog. She didn't have a dog before me. She got a dog after me. But then word on the street is that she got broken into, and that's why she had a dog. Anyways. My back is like also really ridiculous to get fenced in. And honestly, these people are so bad that they would probably love a fence so they could just be right outside of it, like trying to be peeping toms 100%. So I honestly like it better without a fence, but it was getting so bad. Like, even in the front yard, especially with this other crazy lady, she was like the worst of them all. I was thinking about getting one of those like ringity dink metal gates that you like put. It would look so ridiculous, but just to prove a point, to stay out of my yard entirely. Oh, it was getting bad, and then I was like, look, I can't let these people control how I live my life. But until I showed my teeth, they were really mowing over the situation, doing some wild stuff. And I was like, oh, no. I got to let you all know that I don't play. How long have you not had a dog, Steven? I told you should get another dog. Maybe that's what you need. But they are a lot of responsibility, as we know. I think they're good for humans, too. They're like legit companionship. And they get you outside, enjoying nature, appreciating things, Who, me? All of them are whack jobs. They're different tiers. And honestly, like, even like 10 years ago, if you told me I would feel how I did, I would have left. Because I would have never wanted to feel like I wouldn't want to help my neighbor if needed, And that's sad. I enjoyed when I didn't know names nor crazy situations, wasn't involved in things, and it was just a wave and go situation. 3 years. Yeah, no, I don't think you ever get over that no matter what. And obviously filling any hole in your heart, which is how it feels, is just never able to be done. Even if you get another animal, you just make room in your heart for that animal that now comes into your life, you know. um I definitely, I think we all have animal friends across the rainbow bridge, and I get sad when I think about it. You know, I remember them in the happy moments that we shared and stuff, but I don't think it ever gets easier. You may get new animals in your life and stuff, but it's still never taking a spot that someone else already had. But it could be good for you though, you know? It really could be. So think of the good things that could come from it, you know? And if you're feeling ready and then you slowly prep for it or however, it could be like the best thing ever. I'm pretty sure your pups would want you to be happy too, and I'm sure they'll help you even pick out a new friend. Some pup that comes to you where you just feel like this is the one. Because I've definitely felt that, you know, with other animal situations as well, of like someone crosses over and you feel just so sad, and then you may see another animal that reminds you of them, and I don't think that's a coincidence. Oh, I cry over my fish, Steven, so I understand it's not easy, like, and especially like an animal like a dog too are really bonding with for the most part, and you're spending quite a bit of time with, and you know you have to be responsible for daily in many ways. So that's like, it definitely pulls on the heartstrings 100%. Yeah, you should be thankful for good neighbors. Yeah, things, I mean, things get pop off. It was like, Jerry, Jerry. I've seen some wild stuff here too. People yelling at each other and shit. That house that got like raided like a month ago, or it was like 2 months ago now. I think it was in the beginning of May. So maybe a month ago. Um I saw that they put that shit up for sale, and I was like, "Oh, it's interesting. Never know who may be coming in next." This neighborhood's like F though. There's no return. There's no return here. I am very thankful that I have my little slice of heaven, but it can be difficult. Like, I don't know, obviously. So it's good to have good neighbors, and people get into it sometimes. You know, it depends on how people put their stuff out there in a relationship in the front yard or however. But just stay in your lane. That's all I can say. These neighbors are so funny. Like, they're so ridiculous. They would just come outside and watch it too. Everything okay? You guys are cussing each other out, but I want to. Are you okay? Can I sit here and watch? Hit him with the left. You should really look into that, Steven. I'm sure you got a little buddy waiting for you. Oh, I remember those neighbors. They left? Yeah, stay away. Do not get caught up in that because then he'll be like, yeah, you remember what you said about my wife? And you're like, no, I don't remember nothing. But if they seen you out there, then that's awkward. They probably felt like they needed to explain. I honestly think becoming a dog mom and like not a dog sister growing up, but becoming a dog mom was definitely one of the best things that happened to me, especially with all the neighborhood stuff that was happening and the anxiety that came from it. It really helped me like get my reins back of like, this is my house. I've earned this. No one should take my peace. But also like being like in nature, which I need to be in. Like I'm an earth sign, so I need to be in that like all the time or a good portion of the time. Um, and having like a buddy system. Like my guys are like little emotional support teddy bears too. They're like naughty bears. Yeah, talking to you. That can always be in limbo, like who's moving in here next. When the girl that I was talking about earlier, when she moved a house down, she sold her house, I want to say, I don't know, the end of last year. Doesn't matter. She, I was nervous too. I was like, great, who's going to move in? But it ended up being like an older couple, and the guy loves gardening. He's made his house almost look like The Sims. It reminds me of The Sims, which is funny. We were talking about that earlier, but um, it literally reminds me of like how you could plant little bushes and stuff. Each has their own. It actually looks really good, and I like someone that's like enjoying nature because maybe they're a little bit more level-headed. Um, entirely, who knows? But I thought the stuff that was popping off yesterday was at his house. Joe, Joe. Joe's got the biscuits. Got the biscuits. Joe's got the biscuits. AOA. Biscuit for you, biscuit for you, biscuit for you. And really, she just gave all the biscuits to me, y'all. What up? He said, hi, yo. Joe's like, who the hell are you? I really hope you don't get bad neighbors, Steven. Joe, that was Jesse from the other day. Jesse Biscuit. Joe's got the sass. She's like, excuse me, thanks, but by the way, there ain't no E in biscuit. What's going on, lady? Oh, yeah? What color? Everything worked out with the flat? Ooh. Yeah, are you gonna put some trim in there? I'm so done. Some chill effects. That sounds pretty though. I actually saw green and I was like, maybe she's not though. So that's pretty cool. That's awesome. How do you feel about it? I remember when I was 14, I painted my bedroom bikini bottom blue. You need a biscuit. I talked about you yesterday, Joe. I was talking about how we both turned into really cute pumpkins at night. Like, not ugly pumpkins, like really cute ones. And then I had mentioned the three blind mice. Joe's like, wrong. Crimp pumpkins, yeah. Imagine me and you as pumpkins with our hair crimped. So we have hair. That's how I'm visualizing it. I don't know if we should do any makeup though. That could really go bad fast. Yeah, that's not him Googling what color Joe just painted her wall. He's like, turquoise, sea greenish, bluish, kind of. Put that into Google. She's just poking fun. He, I think he'll be fine, Joe. We'll get him some tissues for his issues. Will you be done with the bathroom today? No pressure. No. Nikki comes over and she's like, Mom, this is actually hot pink. You're like, hell yeah. I knew that. The three blind mice told me. Oh yeah, you were crying yesterday. You were crying this morning when you got unmodded. Joe, he changed his name, so I thought he was a random mod again because this happened like a month ago where someone was modded that I never modded and came in and said some crazy shit. And I was like, oh my god, how are they a mod? So I had like some trauma flashbacks this morning. He changed his name over here. I don't know, Joe. Do you remember Jesse from the chat the other day? Because this is him. Maybe. Who knows? Who knows? Yeah, I mean, you really could be. Are we like becoming friends with bots now? YouTube has traumatized me. People could be the same people. I don't know. So I just let every person be themselves, multiple personalities or not. Does it come from a blue duck egg? Because that would be crazy. Do you have any duck egg blue, Steven? I don't know how that happened. There's a ghost! I don't remember the movie entirely, but I remember my mom watched the movie Ghost a lot with Patrick Swayze. I did love, and I still do love Dirty Dancing. Oh my gosh, love that movie. Definitely in my top 10 for sure. But I saw the remake of it like in 2000 and like 15, 16, and I knew that I was like probably not going to get anything good with the remake because once they remake stuff, it's like they almost ruin it most of the time. There's a couple things that it's not like that, but yeah, it was awful. I was like, this is not worth my time. See, I don't remember. I just remember Sniblets. I watched it as like a kid, so Whoopi Goldberg's in there though, right? And then the chick with the brown hair. And I remember them being like on the subway. I haven't seen it as an adult though, so probably definitely has a different vibe to it. You're just suggesting it, Steven? Self is over there like, yeah, let me go get some blue duck egg. Every day is a new self. Oh my gosh. You are an Aquarius. Grease lightning? Oh no, no. It wasn't called Grease Lightning though. It was called Grease, right? I loved Grease too as a kid. I'm not really a musical person though. Sometimes with the musical shit, I remember my Aquarius friend told me to watch this like musical comedy type thing. I don't even remember what it was called. I got through like maybe 5 minutes. I was like, girl, I can't watch this. I was like, it's not for me. I was like, I just can't. I mean, I've never really been a musical person. I do love Grease, but it wasn't all entirely musical. Like when Disney did like High School Musical, I never watched that shit. That's a no for me. I've seen Sound of Music, which I don't remember much of it.
And I don't even know if I'm getting that confused with Mary Poppins, to be honest. No, I have never read them. Now it's starting to feel like my English class, where my English teacher had us read lyrics to songs, Tracy Chapman being one of them, Fast Car, but she made me read in front of the whole class Wyclef Dollar Bill song. Please look up the lyrics to that and imagine me reading this. And I'm like, oh my gosh, don't make me read this. And if you know what the song is about, it's even freaking worse. But it did paint a perception, something that really stuck with me though, of like, what are we listening to? Like, when you read lyrics sometimes to songs, like, sometimes your brain is clear on what the lyrics are. And then there's times where you're like, oh, I thought it said something else. And you've been singing the something else for decades. Yeah, who's gonna do a dab? All you Steven teaches courses on wankers. It all is subliminal message. But I've said this many times before too. But another thing that stuck with me that it is all subliminal messages is that Saved by the Bell. Saved by the Bell, they had an episode where they were like making subliminal messages in music and people were like entranced by these things. But I don't think that's far off. I think a lot of these shows, you're up. A lot of these shows, they literally tell us that things are happening, but people are like, oh, it's just the show. And I'm like, is it just a show? Or like, are these shows telling us about real life scenarios, Gentle? Gentle? I don't know who that is. Do you know what I'm talking about, Steven? Do you remember that episode? I watched so much Saved by the Bell. Like, that was my jam. And I was like a little girl watching Saved by the Bell. I even went to college with Saved by the Bell when I wasn't even probably in middle school yet. Literally loved Saved by the Bell. But I did watch some of it later. And I was like, oh, okay. But I even have. Oh, I wonder how many. I haven't looked at it. I got it years ago. I got a Saved by the Bell. I'm gonna look real quick. I don't own many movies at all, and I mean, I think nowadays all of it is like for the most part digital, unless you own movies in the past when they were bigger. Um, yeah, Saved by the Bell 1 and 2 season, but I don't know. I seen something. Oh, leave it. I seen something. Oh, these are like brand new. Hold on, yo. I'm gonna come back to the live in a second. I'm gonna show you guys. I hold on. Season 1, season 2. I got 5 discs. Oh, I'll be here until like next year. I saw something on HBO recently though that was talking about like stars and what they had been through, kind of like what we were talking about earlier with like Robin Williams, and Jim Carrey and stuff. But I don't know all the celebrities that are on it, but I did see something with like Screech and Lisa, and I was like, oh, I don't know if I can watch this because that's some sad stuff too, for sure.
On Channel 4. Yeah, it would come in at like 7 in the morning. I would watch it before school. Oh, I love Zach. I think everyone loves Zach. But I always wanted to be like Kelly too with the brown hair. But I honestly loved Jessie too. Her hair was so pretty. But there was an episode where Jessie was like taking energy pills or something. I was like, wait, what? That's something that's like, why was that out there like that? And then they had Casey Kasem on there. Oh, I forgot about Marsha. I don't even remember the story, but I do remember it being something. That's interesting. I actually want to read back on that. Actually, I don't know if I want to. And I think I read it years ago with Dancing with the Stars. Don't make fun of me. Dancing with the Stars had uh the main dude from the Brady Bunch on there, like the hot brother. My mom was like in love with him. But he was like old as tar. I mean, I guess everyone gets older, but it's kind of crazy. Can't remember his name though. Oh, I totally watched Degrassi. I wait. Jamie Lynn wasn't on Degrassi though, was she? I always mention Drake. What are you talking about, Waking? I always mention Drake as being like Degrassi because that's definitely. I'm like, calm down, Jimmy. Of Bel Air, of Belgium. I was like, wait, what? I was like, you yanking our tail. I figured it was. You don't have to delete it. Don't retract it, Steven. Yeah, I love Fresh Prince of Bel Air too. I really did. I didn't really care for the Cosby Show, and now that I look back, no wonder. Didn't really care for that. I definitely love Fresh Prince of Bel Air. I watched a lot of Fresh Prince of Bel Air. I was talking about Dawson's Creek this morning. I don't want to wait. When was she on the show? That must have been a time where I fell off. I fell off of Degrassi for a little bit, and then I tried to go back in. I loved Ellie so much. Like, I was like a gothic little girl too. So I loved her so much. I think about a lot of the shit that I watched on there too, and I shouldn't have been able to watch some of that stuff. It's like crazy. What are you talking about, Waking? Oh, that part's so sad. Oh, yeah. I immediately felt sadness. Oh my gosh. And those are things that like you can feel it because you felt it, you know? Definitely sad. I actually my bird dances, and that's something I try to teach him was the Carlton dance, and he actually has like his own little bird version of it, and it's the cutest thing ever. But he doesn't like to dance alone. So if I stop dancing, he gets so pissed. He's like, "Excuse me." But he likes to do it, and it's the cutest thing ever. He loves rap, but he loves British rap. Um, he likes a lot of different types of music. That's really cute, but he loves to dance. Who didn't love the Carlton dance? What up, Delawares? Shout out to you. I played the tattoo song the other morning, getting ready. Um,
all the things she said and then Not Gonna Get Us. But when I watched Dancing with the Stars, Carlton was on there, and apparently he is a dancer. So is it like a joke that he did that as a dance, you know? I never knew he was really a dancer. Yeah, it like honestly threw it back to like how it was good then, and now it's like still good. I'm like, wait, this is still good. They were like a movement though. They like pretty much didn't break MTV, but they were like, we're breaking some molds. Happy Friday, y'all. No, I haven't seen that. I honestly vaguely remember what they look like. I just remember the album cover. Shout out to Dwight Howard for reposting us though from Dancing with the Stars. I only watched a few seasons of it, and then I didn't renew Hulu or Disney this time around. So I didn't watch any of I watched some of the Dancing with the Stars I think last year, and it had Steve Irwin's son on there, but I only watched like maybe an episode, so I didn't watch any of that, but I was addicted to it for like a couple seasons. I was like, "Oh yeah, I like this." I like the music and I really do like the dances. But I commented I don't remember. I think I commented on the Dancing with the Star video and he reposted it or something, but I took a screenshot. It was pretty cool. Happy Days. Oh my gosh. What about Three's a Company? I like the nanny too. Thanks for stopping in, Joe. Good luck with the bathroom. I'm sure it's going to look marvelous. Like duck egg blue or bluish turquoise, sea-ish, greenish, bluish. It's going to look great. Thanks for stopping, Joe. Always nice to see JoJo. What up? Y'all, I don't get the WSG shit. You know, they say it's what's good, but there's no S's in its own word. I don't get it. Yeah, I know you're off to get some paint today now, right? Yeah, the gnome looks like sheet. No, it doesn't look that bad, but it's definitely not my best work. This funny, it took me forever to even like accomplish it being somewhat done. But that's okay. That wasn't actually like I have to ship this off and sell it, you know? So it's fine. Like it's kind of like my bullshit on live creatings. And some of those things may take more time. I still want them to look good, but some of those things may take more time. But I have like a stack of stuff. I've been wanting to go back to some canvas work though, because I do like canvas stuff. But watercolor is actually really fun. I actually liked watercolor more than I thought. Have you ever painted, Steven? Okay, Waking. Have fun. Don't get lost. And if you do, just find the breadcrumbs back. I'm going to show you guys. What are you doing? I'll show you my Saved by the Bell. Hold on. Look. This is a whole shebang. I even got a little thing. I should keep notes and put it inside, like what I think. I wonder if the subliminal message one's on here. I need to read the titles. I used to love the Casey Kasem. Look at all this. This is crazy. I'll be here. I'll be here until like next year. Let me see what these titles say. Oh, that's disc 4. So let's go back. Wazam. Oh, hold on. They're just so cute. Look at them. Hold on. They're just so cute. Scandalous. I'm just kidding. Ugh, it doesn't, it folds like, no. I'm like, how does this thing fold? All right, disc 1. Dancing to the Max. The Lisa card. Okay, let me see. Substitute. Screech's birthday. I'm trying to find. What about this one? The Zach tapes. I wonder if that's it. I don't remember the title. It may not even be on this. I would love to get the college years too. No. No, I don't think it's on here. It may be. I'd have to look it up. Oops, fun times. Is that all the seasons? I didn't know. I was like, I literally got it. I'm sure at the store years ago, and it's just the best. It's just the best. So cool. Never watched any of them, but I needed to have it. You know, that's where I had to start learning things of like, why do I need that? This is like childhood, but I literally never watched it. So, did I need that? You know? I'm gonna charge this phone a little bit and then I'll live. I'll put my Saved by the Bell back. In a safe place, you know? I should go put it in the safe. Hold on. I literally was looking at my little movie stash while I was putting that away, and I have like nothing. I really have like nothing, and even the ones I have they weren't like the most favorite movie of mine by far. So it's interesting that I even have them. I think maybe it was the ones that I have. I was like phasing out of even really even caring about movies if I ever really did, honestly. So I think I was like collecting some if I did like them. A couple of them Redbox that I just never returned, so I should have returned them because I wasn't like obsessed with them by far. But I think it was just because I grew up in a time, or we grew up in a time where like you had things physically like that, like CDs and movies. I still have all my CDs though, don't get it twisted. I remember my dad lost so many of my CDs in like the in our moves and stuff. But then I started keeping a trap keeper, a CD trap keeper. And I kept a lot of CDs, but I lost a lot, but mass majority I still have. Oh, the Johnny Depp painting. I mentioned that before. Andy Griffin? Oh my god, you're an old man. I'm done. I used to know a bird that did that that melody. When I was younger, like the walls used to be plastered and stuff. Now I just have like a room for that almost. But I still like sprinkled in art here and there. Oh my gosh, my parents used to collect Marlboro points and Kool-Aid points for me. The last thing you wanted to do was show up at a slumber party with a Marlboro bag with all your clothes in it. Smelling like a pack of smokes at like 8. And my parents are chain smokers. I mean, like in general, like they restaurants were just like phasing out of like you being able to smoke inside, which I think is crazy. Like people would eat and smoke inside. And I think that was definitely a country thing too. Yeah, from the Andy Griffin show, I cannot. That was always boring to me. I was like, nah. I won't knock it though. Each is their own. I was watching Saved by the Bell and Dawson's Creek, and you're watching the Andy Griffin show. Yeah, which is crazy to me. I remember Starbucks changed their rule and people about lost their shit. There were groups of people that would move the furniture as far as they could move it to be right outside of like what was considered like where you could smoke at. But bars is nuts too. Like, did they change it over there where you can't do it inside entirely, or you have to be a certain amount of feet away from the door? Yeah, he likes biscuits and cookies and jaffa cakes, just like JoJo. Who copied who? Mwah. No, I'm just kidding. That's crazy. It's been like that in a lot of different places here. I mean, you could still do that in bars in a lot of places, but a lot of them are outside too. Which outside's okay, but I even remember like in California, California has like where you have to be a certain amount of feet away. They should have made smoking 21 and up though. They should have always did that. And a lot of the old magazines that I have that I cut up, there's so many ads in there. It's insane. And then if you think about it, a lot has changed since then. They don't do like ads like that. Something I never noticed either until recently, and I still don't know how accurate it is, but it may be, and I just never noticed it, which is crazy that like your mind just assumes such. But I guess with like the drinking ads, they don't drink in the ads. They're just appearing like they are, but they're not actually drinking, which is crazy. I'm like, is that a real thing? Oh my gosh, even. Did your family members smoke? That's crazy. Just you? You just like it? I'm not knocking it. Uh, Are these the best choices? No, but each is their own, and I definitely have been there, so it's a rough habit to kick. With the top hat, I cannot. Are we really painting a picture of a Brit right now? There was this British lady at Starbucks. I loved her so much, and she was so short, but she was like the sweetest. Like her heart was like way bigger than her height.
She was the sweetest, but she was a Brit, and I remember she went back to England, and she would go for, she would live here for 6 months, and then go back there for 6 months. But she brought, oh, hey, no, that's a no. He's telling you no, dude. You can get upset with him because he said no. Yeah, leave him alone, dude. Frisky Friday. But what was I gonna say? Oh, she went back to England. She brought me back. She came back from England and she brought me gifts. And she gave me like a sticker book, which I still have some of those stickers. And I have some on my TV. I put them on my TV years ago. But I still have some of the stickers from the sticker book. But she also gave me leggings because I would wear fishnets a lot at Starbucks. And she gave me leggings, and the leggings had little Decker buses on them and shit. They were so cute. I still have them, but they've definitely been through it. Oh, I should maybe redo something with them since I try to pick up sewing. Anyways. It's crazy that the spirits is liquor when spirits are cigarettes here. It's like, I swear the Brits and the Americans are always trying to be like opposite of each other, and then once in a blue moon they'll agree, like smoking in bar or smoking. You call it water, we call it water. I'm done. You call it tea, we call it cuppa. Cup of tea. Steven's like, I agree with Bama here. There's a few Brits in here. There's gotta be a few Brits here and there. That's my life. I was a Brit in a past life. Them bloody plebs. Not the Brits though, just being funny. Oh, grandma cookies? I don't think he knows about grandma cookies. Are you talking about the grandma cookies? Like the one that you get like 2 in a bag? Those things are so good though. I actually haven't had one in years. They're probably expensive now. That's crazy. I haven't thought about those. I don't know about the wedding cake. What is it, just like vanilla cake? white cake because there's better cake. I love some German chocolate cake or some carrot cake. Oh my gosh. I'm not a huge on red velvet. Is that the wedding cake? Oh. 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 I yeah. I'm gonna remove that one, but yeah, okay. That's hilarious. Wow. I wasn't taking it there, y'all. I was like, what kind of fucking cake is that? That sounds boring. That could be adventurous. Red velvet's okay. I made the red velvet cookies with the icing, the cream cheese icing. Good stuff. But I'm just not a huge red velvet. It's literally chocolate with red dye in it. But I'm not anti for sure. Cookies were fire. They did not last long. You're talking about the cake's popular there too?
Oh, I've heard of those bars. I've never had those. Yeah, I like the sound of it too. Is it everything you dreamed of? Oh my gosh, there was a thing years ago where they were saying they were going to stop selling Twinkies. A twinkle Twinkie. Twinkies are good, but they're not like, I don't know. They ain't the best thing out there, y'all. I'd rather take some carrot cake. I cannot. Was that the deciding point for you? Are you talking about Twinkies or the ooey gooey bars? And a special ingredient. Lemon bars are, if that's what the ooey gooey bar is, then yeah, lemon bars are where it's at. We're just gonna remove that. We don't need no trigger words in here. And I also, you could just say cop, you know? Although I haven't seen the movie, so. Oh, they eat Twinkies in Ghostbusters? That's interesting. Who are you gonna call? Ghostbusters. That is one I have not seen either. I think I remember, I can't remember if I'm getting a clip of that on TV of the dude that was on Coneheads, I think, in a suit, or that could have been Casper. Oh, there's plenty of trigger words. I just don't want anyone to ever like get offended by anything, you know? So, which is hard as hell to do here, right? But, you know, who's that? The dude? Is that what did it for you? Are you saying that you're living your life through movies, Stephen? I guess I would say the same about Matilda. That can make sense with all the big name movies out there too. It's like painting a picture for you. You're like, are you secretly American? American in a past life? Miss Honey was like goals. I wanted to be in a cottage like Miss Honey out there, just living the best. I remember her remodeling her house with Matilda when they moved into the big house, I think. I loved that movie. I still do. That's a reality TV show. I'm gonna restart my live on my other phone. I'll go outside. I forgot I was living on this phone, and the quality's better on the other one. So I'm gonna return in a second. Good chat this morning, y'all. Very interesting. I still want to find the Jim Carrey clip though, so that's still homework for me. To be continued. I'm gonna get outside, some fresh air before it gets so hot out there. And it's so overgrown in the back right now. It's definitely looking like a safari hunt over here. But to be continued. I shall return in a second. I never read it. I honestly don't know if I knew it was a book. Maybe. Okay, anyways, be right back.